forgot the gavel again. All right, call this meeting to order. Secretary Gunby, will you please do roll call?
Senator Armbruster.
Senator for Coles College Business present.
Senator Bapat.
Senator College of Computing and Software Engineering present.
Senator Barron.
Senator for Students with Disabilities.
Senator Benitez.
Senator for American Minorities present.
President Brock.
President Brock present.
Senator Crawford. Director Delaney.
Director of Academic Affairs present.
Senator Dennis. Senator Duclair. Senator Dykes.
Senator for First Year Students present.
Senator Edmonds.
Senator for Fraternity and Sorority present.
Senator Ellis.
Senator Ellis of the Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering Technology present.
Senate Lead Gagne.
Kennesaw Senate Lead present.
Director Heath.
Director of External Affairs present.
Senate Lead Holden.
Marrietta Campus Senate Lead present.
Director Honeycutt.
Director of Procedural Operations present.
Treasurer Jackson.
Treasurer Jackson present.
Senator Jackson.
Senator Jackson
Senator Keller.
Senator for Toll College of Business present.
Senator Ligman.
Senator for the Honors College present.
Senator McGinnis.
Senator for Non-Traditional Students present.
Senator Mallett.
Director of College of Engineering and Technology present.
Vice President Mobilaji.
present.
Senator Marquez.
Senator for the Federal College of Education present.
Senator Mofasali.
Senator for the Walter College of Health and Human Services present.
Senator Mogus.
Senator for Coles College.
Director Rubio.
Director of External Affairs.
Senator Singleton. Senator Stelzer.
Senator for the College of Arts present.
Senator Stephenback.
Senator for Wellstar College of Health and Human Services present.
Senator Sukumar.
Senator for the College of Science and Mathematics present.
Senator Tor.
Senator for First Year Students present.
Director Vadlamudi.
Director of Communications present.
Senator Weiss.
Senator for the University College present.
Senator Whitehead.
Senator for American Minorities present.
All right. Is there a motion on the floor to approve the 39th meeting minutes that were sent out in an email last night or yesterday sometime? Senator McGinnis.
Senator for Non-Traditional Students, I move to approve the 39th meeting minutes.
Is there a second? Seconded by Director Rubio. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion does pass. All right, now we are going to go into officer reports. This is the time for all of our directors and executive board to give a report on what they've been doing the past couple weeks. We will start to my right with Director Rubio.
Hey guys, so as you know, we have a new interim president, and with Harmon, I'm not gonna push to get him for a Meet the Presidents type event that I was trying to do with, in terms of a couple, I wanted to do 2 events and I wanted him to be at one of them. He may or may not be at it. I'm not gonna guarantee it because he's gonna have a busy schedule to finish the semester, but we are gonna be holding 2 events. They're gonna be primarily in March and early April after spring break. But just be on the lookout. After this meeting, though, I will need to meet with my committee just for a moment, just to talk for a second.
Hey everyone, I met with Michael Parkinson yesterday and we talked about a lot of stuff. So in regard to KSU Day at the Capitol, unfortunately that will not be happening this year. I was told the reasons why, but I can't talk about that. So the goal is to have that every other year that's not an election year. So obviously 2018 is an election year, we won't be having it this year, but next year, whoever is Director of External Affairs, that'd be something for them to do. There's a couple of pieces of legislation going through right now that has impacts on students. House Bill 928 passed out of the committee and is on track to be heard by the full House. This proposes the extended time that students would have to use Hope Scholarship from 7 to 15 years out of high school. And there's also a Senate bill that passed out of the committee which would propose new grants for full-time college students who don't qualify for HOPE. Basically, if you work 15 hours a week or if your family earns less than $48,000 a year, you'd also qualify for HOPE if you don't meet the GPA requirement for it. Yeah, apart from that, the main thing was just case study at the Capitol and then some updates on legislation. End of report.
Hey guys, so last Thursday I went to UPCC and that was a ton of fun. Did a lot of changes, so if you're interested to know, just come meet me after the meeting and we can discuss the agenda. Today I met with Chris Hutt. It was a really good meeting. Talked about the pre-health advisor along with some other things going on in other colleges and talking about the advisor satisfaction that Jennifer Wells showed us at the last meeting here. We talked about that a little bit and they are working on that. They did training in December, like 2 whole days of it to help satisfaction or to help students with that. So they are working on that. And don't forget, Fuel for Midterms is tomorrow, 11:30 to 12:30 on the Marrietta Campus. We're going to meet in the SGA office right out there, and then 1:30 to 2:30 on the Kennesaw campus. Meet in the office, and yeah, and then we'll go down and set up. If you have any questions, feel free to meet me after the meeting and report.
Hey everyone, Director of Procedural Operations here. As you all know, it's the end of the month, so demerits will be coming out soon. As always, if you receive one or have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to us. I'll gladly sit down with you, and if you feel that you need to appeal it, I'll definitely investigate it for you. Some things are going to be coming out of governance. We're going to have a minor amendment by next meeting, ensuring that the Constitution is in line with the regulations of the election bylaws. This doesn't actually change anything that's going to come out of the election. It's just making sure that all of our documents say the same thing. Treasurer Jackson and I are in the process of working on drafting a resolution regarding stipends. I wanted to inform the Senate because we've previously had issues with senators working on different projects and not being aware. So if this is something you've been working on, please let us know. It's in a draft stage right now, but I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page so we don't have another issue where we have multiple parties working on the same great project. Other than that, there'll be a few housekeeping resolutions and amendments coming out of governance, but we'll have some more in detail information very soon. I'll be expecting to send out some emails within the next week or two. And if you have any questions, feel free to come see me after the meeting. And I'd like to sit down and discuss with governance briefly right after this, set up a next meeting time. Thanks.
Thank you. Hey guys, Director of Communications here. Thank you to everyone who came out to the debates, who helped support the debates. It was a super solid time, I think our candidates would say. Yeah, so elections are going really smoothly, and voting starts next week, so we really need to get word about that, guys. So if any of you have tabling scheduled for the next 2 weeks, I believe, is the voting period, definitely slip in there. I'll send you guys flyers that you can print out and hand out to people to get them to vote. Obviously, ask them to vote in the most non-partisan way that you can do so, because that could result in bad news. But apart from that, I actually do have some bad news. That was a good segue. For everyone who needs name tags and polos, you don't have name tags and polos because unfortunately, as for the name tags, our incentive for the past few years to get senators to return their name tags when they retired was that they would get a stipend cut if they didn't return it. However, as the stipends were cut, people wanted to keep their name tags and they weren't very nice about it. So I have to order new name tags. So if you don't have a name tag, a few of you have emailed me, but if you haven't, please let me know, and we're gonna put some new orders for name tags and polos. And that is it. Does anyone have any questions? Cool.
Where are the tablecloths on this campus moment?
If you guys would like to get into it.
We had a tablecloth that we used this week. In the office.
Due to the fact that there's no watchful eye on the Marrietta Campus SGA office, because no one's ever in it, people feel like they can take tablecloths and run around and not return them. I don't know where they are. So if you know where they are, let me know. Yes, Gabriel.
Do
What? Oh yeah, directors, especially if you're the director of internal affairs, will be severely punished if you don't return your name tag. So that is that. End of report.
Senali Gagne. Hey guys, a few things that we need to go over, and I promise I'm not on my phone because I'm being a bad person. I'm dealing with an emergency, so don't be on your phone. But we do need to talk about one-on-ones. There is a 50-50 chance that I am not going to be here on Monday. So doodles that were assigned for that day will need to be changed eventually if I do not return then, but I will email you all separately if that is the only date that you could make. And that's the date you signed up for. We will go back over that. Again, I sent out a doodle last week. It is in the business SGA group me, and you can find the link there. And please respond to Kirkland's also. Okay. And then another thing that I wanted to address on behalf of just SGA in general is when it comes to some things on campus that are a little bit controversial. I would just like to remind you all that when you can go to these events as a student, we encourage you to do so. Go for your passion, and if there's an event that you want to attend to, totally go for it. But if you are a representative of SGA, i.e. you're wearing an SGA name tag, or you're saying, hey, I'm the senator for blah, 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 what do you think about this? Please make sure that you are representing an impartial decision, not your own views, just when you're representing SGA. But as we said, we do encourage you guys to attend events that you guys want to, and obviously to stick up for your own beliefs. Just try to remember that as SGA representative, you are impartial with those decisions. Also, if you have more than one senator in your college and you guys are all working together, and you're struggling with finding a schedule that works for you all or a time that works for you all, we will be having our one-on-one after this meeting, but that is only if absolutely you guys cannot find a time that works for you all. So just remember that we do want you guys to start collaborating with your groups and really working together, and go ahead and talk to each other about your personal projects and stuff like that, because I was in the office today and we just had a lot of repetitive ideas, or hey, somebody told me that I needed to work with the College of the Arts. Okay, then work with the College of the Arts. So just communicate and work together. We are an organization, and that's super important when it comes to giving students what they need. End of report.
Hey guys, so I'm disappointed. I sent out my doodle, and 4 people signed up for this doodle. I sent this out Saturday, guys. Come on. And even the person who couldn't find time to sign up, on the doodle, they couldn't find the time, she at least messaged me. So give a hand to Jessica for actually messaging me and filling out. So, I'm going to send out another doodle. Just ignore the old one. I'm going to post it in the group me again for next week. There will be more times, and I do know that there will be, I have senators off of the Kennesaw campus because the split quite isn't 50-50. So there will be a day, and I'll put it in the group me as well, that I will be on the Kennesaw campus to do one-on-ones up there, and there will be a day to do one-on-ones on the Marrietta campus. And if you have any issues with the times, let me know, because I can find time for us to get together, whether it be before meetings, after meetings, or different things like that. Campus safety walk before that next week, if you guys are going. It's going to be something, yeah. Other than that, I don't really have anything. So, I do have one thing. I would like to introduce this nice lady sitting over here in the back. I'm going to put her on the spot real quick. Her name is Dr. Kara Ray. She is taking over for Kathy Alday as our Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. So she is down here on the Marrietta campus. She's in the really nice back corner office, and that suite over there has a really nice big fan in it. It's really fancy, so you should stop by and see her. And I would like to invite her to say anything. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself.
Sure.
It's on. So I don't have anything prepared. And I thought we were walking around, so I apologize for wearing my campus safety walk clothes. But if you all would ever like to stop by to talk about anything going on at the Marrietta Campus, student concerns, anything like that, I would really welcome that. And we'd like to invite you all to the suite as well. I don't know if folks spend a lot of time in the student affairs suite, but if you need a place to sit down and do some work, I know you all have an office here, but we also have some hoteling office spaces in there. So don't be strangers. We'd like to see more students in the office, and we think we're putting together some strong programs and strong initiatives for students. And I want to remind everybody about Geek Week. You can look at that on the Kennesaw.edu website, all the schedules of events, Alcon, all that good stuff. So please come out to Geek Week, and you can even sign up to volunteer, and there's instructions on the website. So thank you all so much for having me. I hope to be able to come to your meetings from time to time, and I look forward to working with you.
Treasurer Jackson. So I have a PowerPoint. I'm just waiting for Mona to bring it up for me. So most of you guys have already seen it, but for the new senators, this is a breakdown of what our budget looks like. As you guys can see, we kind of have stipends. We have, I can barely see back here. We have stipends, programs, travel, office supplies, printing, and clothing, which would be like the apparel and the name tags that we get. And this is just a little bit more information about the actual money that goes into each section. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay. And then we started off the year at 26.6K, and we are roughly about 16K. I think we're missing a few things, so we'll have to figure out about that. Some of our expenditures have included the office supplies. We got ink for the Marrietta Campus, senator forms, fuel for finals, midterms, stipends. Some upcoming expenditures include senator events in case we have to do another bulk order, fuel for midterms, which is coming up tomorrow actually, spring stipends, and then the promo that Mona orders. And then some upcoming SABAC meetings. We have a meeting on March 7th and then April 11th and 25th. So if you guys are any student organizations that end up needing funding, I would definitely apply for the SABAC. And the money approval process, as you guys should already know. So when you submit your event request forms, if you plan on having food at your event, make sure like at the bottom, like you check that you're gonna have food for your event. And then like send me a message to make sure that at the time of your event, we still have leftover snacks so that I don't have to order anything else. And then when you are at the day of your event, make sure you sign out on the snacks that you take. So the amount of snacks and everything you take. And if you do have any questions, just send me a message. And if you plan on ordering snacks that we don't have, also send me a message so we can figure out what kind of things we can do for you. Does anyone have any questions?
Is there a gauge on whether or not there will be leftover money from the budget for like something else? Like last year, we had a little bit left over.
I can let you know. I'll let you know. Any other questions? Okay, end of report. Hey guys, the start of March is tomorrow, so you know what that means. More tabling events, yay! More event requests, okay? So please get those into me. Remember at least 2 weeks in advance so I can get them back to you and actually confirm. We had a little bit of trouble with fuel for midterms, so it's all good now. We're not gonna be salty about it, but it's fine. Yeah.
Senator McGinnis for non-traditional. Is it acceptable if we do tabling or some sort of campus engagement event in our area? For example, in the adult computer student affair area?
Yes, I believe that's fine.
As long as you show proof,
Yeah.
make sure.
And that you're representing SGA. Yes. Any other questions? Okay, besides that, just make sure you guys are keeping the offices clean. And when you're in there, make sure your bags are off the tables, like stored underneath them. Make sure you throw your food away so we don't have any.
Your chairs?
Yes.
And the chairs are just everywhere.
Yes. Please tuck in your chairs to the tables. End of report.
Vice President.
Vice President Mobalaji. So since we last met, I had a meeting with Dr. Chantivera. If you want notes on what we talked about or whatever. So after the meeting, I have those. Also, I had missed my meeting with Dr. White because presidential search committee stuff, but I've been emailing her, so she's helping me along with Chief Stevens to work on some safety stuff around campus. I'm gonna have to contact Cobb County as well because one of the things is on Cobb County jurisdiction, so I'm gonna be working on those. If you wanna know what that's about, talk to him after the meeting. James Bridgeforth is gonna be coming to our next meeting. He is the executive director of housing and res life, so he oversees housing and res life. He started last semester, but he's been really busy, but he's been wanting to meet with us, so I've got that scheduled, so he'll be at our next meeting. And then also UITS is gonna be coming to one of our meetings soon. The campus app is finally in motion, and so looking for feedback, so talk to your constituencies, see what they would want inside of a campus app, what things they need on a day-to-day basis that they would like to have a mobile version for. Bring that stuff back. You can let me know, or if they're able to make it to the meeting, when they get to the meeting, let them know. That way we can get a good encompassing app for the students to use in the future. Yeah, end of report.
President Brock, Kirkland just reminded me you're not supposed to have your drinks on the table, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. All right. So thanks, Kirkland. All right, so the safety walk is moved to next Wednesday at 7:30. We'll probably meet somewhere in the student center. I'll let y'all know. Shout out to Kirkland and myself, who were the only ones that went last Wednesday. Not to lecture everyone, but we talk a lot about safety in these SGA meetings, and it's important to show up to that kind of stuff if you're able to, and if not, just let us know or say that you can't go in the GroupMe calendar, just because that's the professional thing to do. And obviously a lot of students talk about safety a lot, so it's really important just to be respectful if someone is planning an event, and if you say that you can go and you don't go, just be respectful. All right,
Point of information, it was really fun to walk around with people who cared and point out things that were wrong. They were actually listening. Yeah. And you got to walk around. I think it was an hour and a half.
You got one-on-one time with him.
Yeah. Cool. It's it was really good to get to know them. They're actually really cool people to hang out with. Yeah.
If you're just interested.
Yeah. We got to jaywalk with the police.
Yeah, we got to jaywalk.
So that was something. He said he didn't see it, so it didn't happen. But yeah, so if you actually want to make a difference and show up and actually just walk around and tell them what's wrong, point out things that are wrong. That's all it is.
It's great. I got my anger out. This is wrong. Fix it. Yeah, our campus was lit. That was the joke. Our police chief said that, so it was great. It made my day. Anyway, so the presidential search committee is going on. Iggy and I are both on it. If you didn't know that, we're the two student representatives that were told to be on it. Chosen, guys, chosen. So it's going really well since we haven't, so we are doing a closed search with the committee. So you've probably seen, posts about it with faculty or something. Basically that just means that the search committee doesn't release the names of the candidates to the campus community. They just go straight to the Board of Regents, and the candidates don't come to campus. So we're R1 institution, so most research institutions like your UGAs, your Georgia States, don't do an open search because you get a more high caliber candidate when you do a closed search because their names aren't released to the public. So that means that, if they're a dean at a college or they're, a vice president at a college or something, their name isn't going to be everywhere in the papers, and if they don't get the job, they have to come back to the campus and be like, oh, awkward, I applied for another job. Which, I think it's great if someone goes and applies for another job, but a lot of people don't think that. There were a couple town halls last week and this week. A lot of faculty members were upset about having a closed search, but the committee voted on it. It was a 9-4 vote for a closed search. I don't know, you were there. Were there any students that said anything? Yeah. If you have any specific questions about what happened at the town hall, Aiden can help you with that. I think that's really the only big couple updates I have. Any questions? All right. Now we are going to go into before we do that, we are going to do SMART goals for our personal projects. So I'm going to have everyone pass a sheet around, take one. During open forums, you can kind of like look at it. And then during group collab, that's when we're going to do the SMART goals for personal projects. So just take a look at it and then we'll talk about it. All right, now we're going to go into open forum. This is a time for any officer or member in the guests in here that want to bring something up to SGA, they can, or officers can let us know what they're doing. Yeah, just do that. All right, anything for open forum? Ron. Just like take one.
Hey y'all. So just a couple things. One is for those of you who don't know, or if you're a part of another organization, SABAC is now open. The SABAC request for fiscal year 19. So if you're part of a chartered, I'll get it right, either a chartered organization or a sponsored organization, and also departments and programs are also eligible to come to SABAC and request an annual budget. And so that process is open and will be open through 12 noon on March 30. So you have basically a full month to get all that done. And there's information that has been sent out far and wide, but I just want to make sure that you all know that. And if you have questions or thoughts or comments, both Deja and myself are on that committee. I'm the chair, but Deja's the co-chair, or the vice chair, I should say. And so she is on that. Both Broderick and Jada have also served on that committee before, and so they can help you with if there's any questions about like the process. So I want to let you know that. Also, this morning, I went to a parking and transportation committee meeting, and just two things. One is you'll notice that on all the buses, they are moving away from Bob and going toward Big Owl Bus as part of their branding. And so although we will all lovingly call the buses Bob, they are actually being branded as Big Owl buses so that it's not a confusion in marketing of like, who's Bob? Why am I going to go ride him or them, or where am I going, or whatever, right? Think about how ridiculous that sounds to a new person, or somebody just coming on campus and you're saying, oh, go find Bob. And they're like, what, Bob? So Big Owl Bus. The other thing is that there is a very robust plan for biking on campuses. There's already some bike stations on this campus through Zaggart, which are actually connected through the Town Center CID and the Cumberland CID. And so then there's also a plan, it's a 6-year plan to get the Kennesaw campus to have the same kind of the bike stations and bike trails, because the Kennesaw campus is less bike friendly than the Marrietta campus. And also there's just not as many connections to the trails through Cobb County, but that is happening. And then the third thing, in that meeting was that they are looking at changing companies that do the GPS tracking of the bus so that it would actually be more timely of when the bus is expected to arrive and where the bus is, because currently the system does not know if the bus chooses to take 41 as opposed to 75 because of traffic, it goes off the grid and GPS can't find it. And so if it goes on a different route than just 75 up in north-south, then there's no way to actually know where that bus is, which I don't get. But anyway, so they're looking at a different company to do that too. So lots of good things happening in parking and transportation. There's also some talk about getting another 298 parking spots on this campus, which will eliminate the need for whitewater parking. That will not happen before fall, but hopefully before fall of 2019. So stay tuned. Are there any questions? President Brown.
What if we like that we call it Bob?
So student government has the authority and the ability to pass a resolution.
Hold
think, yeah. Remember, you're part of shared governance. Remember, you're the voice of the students.
So if anyone wants to help me write a resolution about why we should call it Bob?
It's always, I mean, the reality is that it's always been called the Big Owl Bus. As far as I have ever known, that's always been the name of the bus system, or at least the modern iteration of the bus system. And so for us to call it Bob, I don't think is going away. But if you want to make a resolution that it will be always and forever called Bob, even though it is the Big Owl Bus as the acronym. Yeah. Write the resolution, pass it. Be done, yes.
Well, as funny as it sounds, but like, my question is how much money is going into this rebranding, and like, is it actually needed? Because I mean, obviously we're still gonna call it Bob, and we're gonna teach people who come in that we meet that it's called Bob. So like, what's the point of rebranding and wasting all of this money?
So they just did the stickers on the buses. They redid the sticker. No, I mean, it looks exact same except the where the lettering was that said BOB, now it says Big Owl Bus. Yeah, right. I don't know if he thought about it, maybe.
So like, do we know how much money is going into this rebranding?
I have no idea. I do not know. I mean, parking and transportation has covered it out of their budget. I don't know. I do find that they had a report today that there are roughly 60 people appealing parking tickets every single day on average. And so I would guess that's paying for the rebrand. I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's a question for parking and transportation, to be honest. But I would say that was a pretty insignificant expense. And so then the other thing is just on the website. Because the other thing is, if you went to the KSU website and typed in Bob, I mean, Bob Maddox would show up and other Bobs, but you never found the Big Owl Bus. So now if you type in Big Owl Bus, it pops up. So.
You said what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Where is your office?
My office is in the Carmichael Student Center on the Kennesaw campus, in the office of the Dean of Students, Suite 274. I would love for y'all to come by. I have new neighbors as of this week. The Office of Student Conduct and Academic Integrity has moved into the Office of the Dean of Students. And so right now, unless you're in trouble, people don't come to the Office of the Dean of Students to see Sky or behavioral response team folks. So I would love for people to come by who aren't in trouble. I mean, not that I don't like to see those folks too, but you know, come see me. I have mints. Tequila put me on blast, but yes, that's true. I'm out a lot. I'm in meetings a lot of times, but you know, the more you come by, the more. Jada finds me. I don't know how she knows my schedule, but she finds me. So you know. I know, and don't worry. The student assistants just they try to keep a very tight lock on who gets back behind the desk. But y'all just tell them, just give them your SGA ID or something and be like, I got this. You're paparazzi, right? Okay. If there's anything else, let me know. But thanks for your time.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for open forum? Yeah. If you want to grab the mic.
Hey, how y'all doing? I am Brandon Simonet. I am chair on the Kennesaw Activities Board. I wanted to come and propose a collaboration with SGA on one of our events. We are also, I would hope y'all know that we are also a chartered organization. So we definitely are about the students. And as I seen, y'all motto seem to be, what have you done today to better the lives of students? So we, March 27th, Tuesday, 1 to 5. We're looking to do a balloon fight, a water gun fight on the green. Yes, yes. Uh, hey, if anything, if kids come out, but we want SGA to bring out a tent. We want SGA to be a part of this. We also collaborating with Kappa Alpha Psi, the Omicron Iota chapter. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. We want to get more students involved on campus when we do these events, and we're both top tier. I feel like groups that students look up to that feel like they want to see us more. As a student, I do definitely want to see SGA more, especially in their fun clothing. I'm not gonna ask y'all to come out there and even though I'm gonna have to wear my uniform. I'm not gonna ask y'all to do that. I'm coordinating the event. It's my event as far as my co-chair. So if y'all do have any questions, I can answer all of them. Yes.
Okay, Senator for Fraternity and Sorority Life. I was just going to ask you to clarify one more time date and time, because I'm going to see if we can get the 4 councils on Greek Life to come in, maybe even do council tents at your event, and get participation from Greek Life there too, because that sounds like a fun event.
Okay, I would definitely appreciate that. The times will be 1 to 5, March 27th. That's a Tuesday. I would like some of SGA to be there a little early if y'all do decide to collab with us. About 12:30 to help set up. We have the green as a reservation right now, but I do want SGA to, if y'all do decide to collab, they say we can't cook on the green. I want to also try to reserve that area on the side where it is grills or whatever, and if we can find somebody that can grill, that'll be nice. My email is, I want to say, cause it's shortened because it changes like every semester. So I'm definitely, 678-908-1396. So you say what? I'm just gonna repeat the whole thing. 678-908-1396. Yes, and as far as as far as like collaboration with funds and such as, I want to talk to the president, but I would definitely not mind saying, if I can speak on that here, I wouldn't mind saying we do want y'all to help out if y'all would like to bring food. We ourselves are gonna have popsicles and drinks, but we do want hamburgers, hot dogs, things like that. And on the flyer and stuff, we kind of want to surprise the students with that. Y'all will be on the flyers, on every flyers. The Kappa Alpha side will make a flyer. I would like student government, if they want to make a flyer. CAB will have an individual flyer as well as a week flyer, and on every flyer, we will have every single logo that is collabing. The event is called, I'm sorry, I didn't even say the name, but the event is called Cool Down with CAB with the Sauce chapter. But if we can get SGA on it as well, we can find a way to incorporate y'all in the name as well. Yes.
So I can go ahead and let you know that, we'll go ahead in partnership with you, because I'm actually, I don't know if you heard a second ago when I was announcing, we actually was trying to do 2 events, so I can put half my budget for your thing, so I can definitively say we'll do a partnership with you.
All right, I appreciate that. So there we go. Okay. Yes, 1396. 1396. Yes.
No.
Okay. I really don't want to take any more time, but I just want to say thank y'all, for having me. You know what I'm saying? I do have a very much respect for student government, because I know how hard it is to be a student leader, and because everybody wants y'all to do everything. They think that we have all the money in the world. Say back. But look, I love them. But no, I do like Bob too. I like Bob better too. But but like you said, nobody wants to say, go ride Bob. So that was a great point. But I'm gonna stop being funny. Like I said, thank y'all, and hopefully I talk. What's your name? Gabriel. I'm gonna definitely talk with Gabriel, and like I said, thank y'all, for having me and all that type of stuff.
else for open forum? Haley, did you have something? Yeah, probably. Announcement? We're doing open forum.
It's an announcement, but it's open.
So, today is the last day of February, and we have a Senator of the Month for February. January was crazy. We had freezing stuff, and none of y'all were here. We had half the Senate drop. So, we have the Senator of the Month for February. Can I get a drum roll? Anybody? Is Matt? Speech.
Yeah, can we do that?
I'm going to speak on his behalf. So this is a lovely young man right here. We're all very proud of him. Just look at him. He is over his girl problems, so that is great. He's moved on from that. We're all very proud of him.
I'll get you a certificate and everything in the office, but he has done a lot. No jokes aside, he actually did help a lot with the learning community for senators with disabilities, helping Bradley with external affairs, and yeah, he did a lot of other stuff, so he did a great job.
All right.
All right. So quick shout out to Soham and Puya. The whole switch the app for the Bob was something that they started as interns. I got them in contact with people in UITS and parking, and they really put the pressure on them. So good job to you guys. Now they're changing the app. Other things, so at the town hall, like Victoria said, if you want information about that, I can talk to you after the meeting. But talk to you guys' constituencies and see exactly what kind of things they're looking for in the next president, and let Victoria and I know, so that way when we go back to the committee, we can give them accurate information about what the students want to see in their next president. I've been talking to students myself, but I can't talk to all 35,000 of them, so I'd appreciate it if you guys help me out and get that information for us. Cool.
All right, anything else for open forum? Cool. All right, now we're going to go into new business, and we are going to do our group collab, which is our SMART goal worksheet, and I'll give guests, y'all, some. Where are the extra SMART goals? Oh, cool. They're already over there? Yeah, y'all already have them. Okay, so everyone take out, oh, do you need one?
Yeah.
Here, just pass, does anyone else need one? Okay. Anyone else? There's one coming to you, too. They're coming. All right. Okay. All right, so you're gonna write the date. These are for SGA, these are for your personal projects. So if you're working on something, and if you've already completed your project, think of a new one. And if you're working on a personal project together, like Blaine and Elisa, are y'all doing them together? Yeah. So if y'all wanna sit together, that would be good. So if you need to move, if you're doing your personal project together, go sit with them. So go, no. Okay, Emma, Blaine, Lisa, y'all need to. I want to do something. I graduated, man. I want to do something. Is there a motion on the floor to suspend Robert's rules? Senator Stelter? Is there a second? Seconded by Director Honeycutt. Is there any discussion on that motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion does pass. I have pens too if y'all need a pen. All right, everybody have a seat. Have a seat, have a seat. Okay. All right, so you are going to think of your goal. Oh my gosh, okay. So my personal project my goal would be to get a L Memorial sculpture on the Marrietta Campus. So that's my goal. So write down your goal. And then we're going to go through the SMART steps. So, S stands for specific, and it says, what exactly will you accomplish? So, I'm going to get a Al Memorial statue on the Marrietta campus. So think of your S. And then M, how will you know, M is measurable, how will you know when you have reached this goal? So measurable, when the statue is up there. I know it'll be completed. Achievable, the A is achieving this goal realistic with effort and commitment. So, if I was trying to get 10 Al Memorial sculptures everywhere, probably wouldn't be that achievable. So, do you have the resources to achieve this goal? So, I've already talked to Dr. White, who's our Vice President of Student Affairs, about funding for an Al Memorial statue on the Marrietta campus. So, I believe that I do have the resources to achieve this goal. And then if not, how will you get them? So, last semester I wasn't sure about the resources until I talked to people. So just think about, what you'll need. And then if you're doing one together, y'all talk. I'll be quiet for a second if you need to think. Will you? Yeah. All right. The R, relevant. Why is this goal significant to your life? So it's relevant because you're trying to help the students. T, timely. So have an end goal date. So I want to be done this semester, next semester if I want to continue in SGA. I'm going to give y'all a minute. All right. Is everyone through the SMART? No. Just nod? No. No? Okay. All right. We're going to go on to the next step. So next step, this goal is important because I know a group is doing trying to get feminine hygiene products, so it's important because I think that having feminine hygiene products for free on campus is really important in case someone has an emergency, XYZ. Benefits of achieving this goal, so an Al Memorial statue on the Marrietta campus. This would be really important because there isn't one on this campus, and unfortunately, students and faculty and staff will pass away on both campuses, so we need to commemorate that memory on both campuses. All right, and then take action. So list your potential obstacles and then your potential solutions. So an obstacle for me might be, I'm a senior, I'm really busy, trying to, find a job. So an obstacle for me is going to be time. So, and then a solution would be to, work with my advisor, to, get help, have a friend help me. And then who are people you will ask to help you? Ron? Yeah. Your Senate leads. If you want to swing by Ron's office, because he's seen lots of personal projects, he can kind of help guide you. And then lastly, your specific action steps. So what steps need to be taken to get you to this goal? So this is like very specific things that you're going to put. So your completion date might be, let's say, by March 15th, I am going to send out emails to Dr. Sansevero, Dr. White, to talk about the Al Memorial statue. All right, y'all work on this. Okay. All right, it sounds like everyone is getting very chatty and is done. Yeah. Oh, we're still discussing goals. Okay.
So we're doing the free health advisor. And we already talked.
Are y'all done? Are y'all done?
And so okay. We are going to meet with see what she said about that. We also know what her needs, and she said it's a good idea. Like it just needs to be brought to the attention.
By show of hands, who is done? By show of hands, who's still working on it? So like. Oh, you're fine. Okay. If you are done, now we are going to present. So just, you don't have to like go through everything, but yeah, like 2 minutes tops. So I would say, hey, Victoria here. I am doing a personal project on the Al Memorial. I am still working on talking to administrators to get that done. Hopefully we will have a plan by March 30th. And that's all you have to say. All right, if you're done, you can go. Is there a mic? Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Might as well. Senator for Fraternity and Sorority Life. I was going to say this in announcements, but the one that I brought up last semester I completed, so I'm moving on to one for this semester. And I've already kind of been rolling with it. So I want to have an ethics workshop with our Greek leadership team, which is comprised of all 4 councils, exec boards, and then all individual chapter presidents. And I've already reached out to a speaker that's going to come, and right now we're just working on setting what day he's going to come. So, yeah.
Terrell Singleton, Senator for Athletics.
Tequila Jackson for Veterans Affairs.
We are working together on our personal project, and basically our personal project is just to get more students to the athletic events. We've been doing a bit of an initiative for basketball, but we definitely are trying to broaden this for the spring sports, including lacrosse and soccer. And more sports. So what we've done so far, of course, is doing initiatives like free pizza and things like that, but we plan on broadening that and trying to bring in maybe some key people that can maybe come in and bring some hype to the games and things like that. We've spoken with the athletic director and things like that, and they're on board as well.
Hopefully one of our goals is to actually have like a sports week so that each one of the sports for that semester or for that season could actually come out and interact with the students. That way the students will be more engaged to come to the games if they see the students out and about instead of just, acting as though they're separate. And possibly if we could find some Kennesaw State students that possibly went further in the game after college, then maybe we could invite them, and then people can see, hey, Kennesaw is successful as far as sports, and hopefully they'll be more willing to come to the games and support the athletic department. Oh, probably I shouldn't say this too loud, but if they actually, we're not going to be able to get them to, have beer, but if they had beer, I'm pretty sure they would have better attendance.
All right, who's next?
Side note.
Hey everyone, it's Senator Sukumar here, College of Science and Math. So 4 of us, Ryan's working with us, but he's not here right now. We're working on a pre-health advisor, not just pre-med, pre-health. So that applies to medical school, people want to go to med school, nursing school, want to do physical therapy. So from my college, the College of Science and Math, I can say that if you meet a biology major, they're most likely pre-med, and there's literally hundreds of them, and all they have is just their basic advisor. They don't have someone who's trained especially in pre-health, and a lot of times they just have to figure out the stuff for themselves. And a lot of times that can lead to disaster, They try to set up their own schedule and say, oh, let me go take this job here, this will look good on my resume. And there won't be that pre-health advisor to tell them, hey, you know what, maybe don't go for that job, do this instead. So that's from my perspective from the science and math. And here's from the Wellstar College.
Senator Mafazali for the Wellstar College. Ellie and I met with Dr. Tillman, the dean of our college, and we discussed some of the ways we can better accomplish this goal. And he told us that, first of all, we need to get some statistics on how many students from our college will be going into the healthcare field. And he gave us the contact information for Gerald Morris, and Ellie and I will be getting in touch with him to kind of get a better idea of how many students from our college will be going to the healthcare field, and we are hoping to be able to write a resolution soon. And yeah.
Kind of to piggyback off that, I'm Ellie. I'm also a senator for Wellstar College. Something that we also want to do is we want to get this resolution done by the end of the semester because I'm graduating, woohoo! And I definitely want to get that passed because I think this will really help students and they'll be able to achieve their goals. And it'll help also retain students. So not only we see a lot of people transfer out because they don't have the help they need at Kennesaw, or they think like, oh, Kennesaw's not going to be good enough for me to get a med school. Well, if more students are getting accepted to med school from Kennesaw, then they'll be more likely to stay. So I think that will also help us. That's it.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm the senator for the Bagwell College of Education. And
I'm Vanessa, senator for American Minorities. And
So for our personal project, it's the very early stages, but we are looking to hopefully get a replica of Betty Siegel's glasses in the space that's between Central Deck, that green space, and where the freshman housing is, across from Music Building and what else do it is? The Art Museum. We are hopefully trying to get it done by December of 18, but probably spring 19 to start with.
We've emailed Dr. Sansevero, and he's given us a long email of what we need to do and steps we need to take. So I guess before next week or around next week, we're going to start emailing everyone who we need to email and stuff about it. So that is all we have right now.
Side note, if you're here for elections, make sure to sign in with Jessica after the meeting.
Jaron Whitehead, Senator for American Minorities. And my personal project is just to have like a multicultural organization day at the Green, where we have like all of the organizations that represent African Americans or Hispanic populations or LGBTQ at the Green, just for freshmen, incoming freshmen. So the target date would be like the first day of school in the fall semester, just to get them more involved, to see what's out there for them. This will retain them and help their GPA, because once you have something to work for, you work harder in school just to be a part of it.
Everyone, I'm Senator Ellis. So our SMART goal, our personal project, this is Jessica, me, and Kirkland's idea right now, but we're trying to get a makerspace for the Marrietta Campus set up.
Yes, we're hoping this will make you more competitive with like tech and giving us more opportunities to kind of apply what we've learned. Kirkland has a lot more information, so we have to get with him to see what he's done, because this has been his personal project in the past, and we're going to try and help follow up and make sure that everything comes together.
All right, so everyone's been trying to do this for a long time, but we're gonna get it done this time. So our project is to get free feminine products onto both campuses. It might be really hard to do free, so we're bouncing ideas about how we can do payment other than quarters, because who carries quarters around? So we're thinking of like K-Cash or credit card swipes. So I'll let her get more into the details.
Okay, so a few steps that we've already taken in this project. We put out a survey, so we're still letting that circle around a little bit, so we'll be done with that pretty soon here. We've got a lot of really good response on that so far. So we're just hoping to get the survey done so we can basically prove to people that this is really a need. And Blaine has also met with some people. Do you want to go ahead and talk about what you...
So I've met with the Wellness Center, and I've asked them how they've gotten all the free sex kits. And most of them are through donations. So if you do know anybody or anything that can help us with getting donations to make this happen, please reach out to me, or any of us actually. So the majority of all the free sex products, they're donated. I forgot the organization's name, so I'm gonna see if the same organization can donate feminine products. I don't know. I think it's like a community volunteer group in Atlanta, I'm not really sure. But that's what the meeting was about, was more of like budgeting wise and where we can get products, and that's really it.
Also, we are focusing on trying to make the machines better, not just get them free, because a lot of the problems right now are the machines have like things in them, but they just don't work, like they'll take your money. So that's like, we're working towards that, and also obviously free might not be doable, but like she said, we're trying to do something, maybe K-Cash or something. Also, we were talking about like when to get this done, and she's graduating next fall, so like we want to try and get it done before she graduates so she can see it. So we're gonna try and get a commitment from someone to be able to make this happen by April, and hopefully we can work on it a little over the summer too, so by next fall it can be done.
Hi, I'm Senator Keller for the Coles College of Business, and myself and my other senators are working with the dean directly to host an event, a tabling event within the lobby of Coles College on March 14th. It is our objective for that event to get the students' feedback on parts of the dean's strategic plan. So I have sat down with the assistant director of partnerships within the business school, and she has given me direct questions that are catered to the dean's strategic plan that we are going to put out a survey and have the students rate. So the objective for this is to really get the students' input so the dean's plan will be successful. That's something that she's very passionate about, is hearing from the students, and so I am excited to see what will happen. Pretty much it?
All right. Yeah, so it's down here. You got Macy. Oh, Caitlin, do you want to go?
They can go. They've been waiting.
You have the mic already.
So my project and my goal has been something I really am passionate about, is trying to increase the traffic on the Marrietta Campus Adult and Commuter Student Affairs pod, because I worked there last year, and Victoria, our former director for external affairs, worked there as well, and now they will not let them hire another student assistant, if I recall, because funding and because lack of traffic. So I really want students to also see the center. I think it'll really benefit students for them to come, because tutoring is available. They've got free like coffee, hot chocolate, and tea, and it's a quiet place to study, get some work done, or work on a group project. And for commuters and non-traditional students, there aren't always those places. Oh, I live off campus, but where do I go in between? Well, the library's full sometimes, and so why not? And the Marrietta campus has, I guess a lot of people are in their buildings more, but this is a place in the student center you can come. There's food downstairs. There's some stuff in the center with the hot chocolate and tea and coffee. And just the resources available, you know, there are computers in there as well if you don't want to lug your laptop around or if you can't. And it's a really great space, and to make sure that more students are aware of it and, you know, use it. Preferably, my goal is to see an increase in traffic. You sign in when you come in, so that's a measurable, attainable thing. So, yeah, my goal is to try and get this done, increase it steadily, keep increasing it through the fall when I graduate in December. Kirkland? How? Yes, that's an excellent question. I don't know the Marrietta campus as well, but I do intend to kind of spend some time here later in this semester and early next semester and over the summer as well, to try and like walk around and talk to students and also stay in the student center. And something I did when I worked there before was I'd come out here and I would try to draw people in. I wouldn't interrupt people that were in the middle of things, but if people were looking like they're, where do I go? Where do I sit? I tried to like, hey, well, we've got space back here. And I'm a very sociable person, so I don't mind going out there and talking to people. And I'm also going to try and like see if I can put up flyers maybe, or send out an email, have the staff member from Marrietta send out an email.
Good evening. So we are trying to get the bus app fixed. There's a GPS problem. I think we are making good progress. We are talking with a different app maker. So me and Puya, by the way, sorry. Okay. Yeah, so we're talking with a different app maker. It's going slowly, and we're trying to get more involved in the process, but it's not happening, but we're trying.
So we were able to meet with the Department of Transportation. We had a conference over the phone, and Iggy was in it actually, and it was after that meeting that they decided that they will try to find another app that's better than the one we have right now. And right now they're still in the process of looking for another app, and they said once they find one, they'll let us know, and they'll have us go to that meeting to evaluate the app and see if it's actually better, but obviously it takes some time, so we're still waiting for them to get in touch with us.
And I'm also working with Josh to get a bus stop on Marrietta campus near the Campus Edge Apartments, if you know where it is. So yeah, hopefully that happens. Thank you.
Hi guys, Macy Dykes, first year senator. I was in the group of interns with Puya and Soham that worked on the buses last semester, and in addition to the app, another part of our project was to get the bus schedules and the hours displayed on the bus stops so people aren't just left sitting at the stop waiting on a bus that's not even running anymore. So I'm going to be trying to get in contact with the Department of Transportation over the next couple days to see what we can do about that. they seem to have a lot going on, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm currently working on like coming up with how that can work on the stops that are just signs. They're not the whole bench and covered things, because it might be kind of hard to display things there. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, I have a project. So I've been working on a student advisory board for psychological services, and hopefully that should be done before the end of this semester because I'm retiring from SGA. And I mean, it's almost done. So, I mean, you guys have heard me talk about it before. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I have one too, so yeah.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Doesn't sound like it. All right. So originally, we wanted to make a master list of internships and jobs that students could like fill out an online request form for, just because some students do prefer to have like all of those opportunities just in something that they can hold in their hands, as opposed to like online versions that get really messy and kind of complicated sometimes. But Kirkland made a very good suggestion. So Career Fair Planning has an app already that kind of has internships and job opportunities. So instead, we wanted to kind of make a specific option for the CHSS so that students can kind of zone in onto what they're eligible for. And let me pass this so you can.
Yeah, it'll be more specific to, like, I know we have Handshake, but it's not necessarily specific to Kennesaw students. So like we can add this section to the Career Fair app in order to like make sure that it's tailored for Kennesaw students, because certain employers may be looking just for Kennesaw students because we're great. So so that's like basically what we want to do. And so like we would get in contact with Career and Development and Career Fair and see what they think about that.
Ooh, questions? Yay. Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead.
So I actually work for their office, career planning, and I know the advisors very well, and I know that we do list like all of the employers that come to all the career fairs, but maybe we could categorize it better, because I know sometimes we just like list all of them and you're like, well, I'm a communications major, so like what kind of position can I get? So that's something we're working on too in our office. So if you'd like, you could contact me and I can give you my information after, and we can like set up an appointment with Dr. Anita. So
That would be awesome. And we're also going to try to work with Dean Skaggs of the CHSS because, she does have a lot of pull, in the CHSS department, and she knows a lot of people already who offer internships and job opportunities for students in our college. So that's another tactic that we're going to use. And as far as measuring this, we wanted to do some type of survey. If we could get the process going or done by May, that would be great. If that was to happen, then we wanted to do a survey come fall, where we just ask students how students who did their internships over the summertime, how they found out about their internships, and hopefully this will be something that they used. But yeah, that is all.
Is there a question in the audience?
I seen you. All right, thanks guys.
Yay, good job.
Okay, hey everyone, Matthew Weiss, Senator for the University College. I've mentioned my personal projects before. I have two that are going on right now that I'm currently working on. The first one is to create an online webinar specifically for use in KSU 1101 freshman seminar classes, partnered with the Center for Volunteerism and Learning Support, explaining the importance of civic engagement and volunteering, so we could provide it to the teachers for every semester, and so they can have it as a permanent resource where they can use specifically during the section of curriculum focused on civic engagement, and the importance of being involved in your community. So That I hoped would have already gotten done by now, but as some of you may know, I have a problem with getting responses from faculty, as I'm sure a lot of you do too. So just me. So I didn't get a response to my first email or my follow-up email, so I will now take Victoria's advice and probably go to the office and see what will come of that. So, yeah. So hopefully that'll be completed before this coming fall. I've already spoken with the student assistant for freshman seminar classes, and he's very willing to help. So hopefully that'll get done. Second project which the bigger one, is to create a day of volunteering for involved student groups. So that one I've also been working on for a while since last semester. Hope to get that one done done with planning by the end of the semester, implemented starting next fall, and have that be an every semester thing for the fall and spring, and be a permanent fixture. So I want to include the Honors College, first gen students, Thrive, and some other student organizations that understand the importance of that. And so hopefully that'll get done. I think I heard an alarm, so I'm going to stop talking.
Do you know about the KSU Day of Service?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you're trying to do like something
specific. Yeah, I wanted to do something specific for those specific groups, so they already understand the importance of being involved, but I want to have a byproduct of that. Stop. So, huh?
There's a committee for Day of Service.
Yes, I know. You told me. I'm gonna. Yeah. So I'm gonna be on that committee, I guess, and do some of that. But no, people in these groups, they understand the importance of being involved, but I want them to have something to show for it too, and something that means something. So that's why I want to do that.
So my personal project for this semester, I started a month ago, so January, I guess you would call it. So, in the fall, there was going to be a public piano in Kennesaw, but let's just say stuff happened and that didn't turn out. You know, it's fine. Yeah. So the one for this semester is that a lot of transfer students and students that are already enrolled in KSU don't understand how arts scholarships work and how funding for arts specific from the deans in order to travel works. So I talked to the deans and the student advisory councils for each department. And what they're doing is talking to their deans, because I talked to them and they didn't seem like that interested. So, yeah, so what's happening is they're trying to revamp, create documents that dictate how you can receive funding, so these transfer students and people who think they deserve scholarships or deserve funds for these trips understand the process of how to get that better. Kind of like what SOMSAC and ORCA already has, where it's you have to do X, X, and X in order to get funding, not just ask for it and hope.
All right, did everybody go? Awesome. Okay, directors, do y'all need committee meetings? No. Okay. We are striking that from the agenda.
I'll just do my group meeting, it's fine.
Well, you can meet after. Gabe's committee is meeting after the meeting. All right. In governance. All right, are there any announcements? Very evident.
Okay, Senator for Fraternity and Sorority Life. Real quick, I just wanted to say, I know I talked about this last semester, but my personal project was getting Greek Life to partner with the KSU Care Center during Greek Week to get money and all of that. And so they're actually doing that. The KSU Care Center, yes, thank you, is the philanthropic partner for Greek Week. So they're going to be raising money and I think supplies also for the Care Center. So that's a cool thing they're doing this year. That's all. Anything else?
Center for University College. So quick thing, the Center for Student Leadership is it on? Can you hear me? Yeah. No, never mind. So, Center for Student Leadership is actively looking for peer leaders for, I guess, next semester. If you or anyone else you know would be interested in doing that, then please talk to me. I can give you some follow-up contact information, or just DM me on GroupMe or whatever. So there you go.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, I wanted to ask, what did she say about the Greek life?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hi. What did I say?
Yeah, because I'm taking my vice president of programming, so like I want to give her like what the rundown was.
Okay. Yeah, no, basically for Greek week, what I did, or are you talking about like what I did previously last semester, or what I plan on doing this semester? Greek week?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, so they made it to where for Greek week we're raising, like there's certain competitions within Greek week where we're raising money, and I think there's one competition where we're raising supplies for the KSU Care Center.
Okay, so you said you wanted to bring them out that day of the event?
Oh, are you talking about for your event?
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna bring that back to our advisors, because I think that would be a cool opportunity for the 4 councils to bring tents out to your event and get Greek life participation through that. So I wrote down your number, so I'll probably text you to get all the information.
All right, and I just wanted to say, thank you to Terrell. He's the one who made this donation and gave these ideas, so I would like to give him a hand for finding some. Thank you.
Anything else for announcements?
It's really simple. Sorry, gosh. It just goes to our project. I just want to know, who are our other Cole students here? 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So that's what I stated. Well, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
The African American Male Initiative is having one of their signature programs, the State of the African American Male, this upcoming Tuesday. I think it's March 6th at 7 p.m. We're just discussing how African American males feel now, and then some challenges we face. So if y'all could come out, that'd be dope.
What time?
7 p.m.
What's the event called?
The State of the African American Male in the Student Center UB rooms.
What day?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right, anything else?
Max Ray, Fraternity Council President. On March 21st, the baseball team is playing Jacksonville State. I think everybody hates Jacksonville State. It's a Wednesday, it's at 5 o'clock. It's going to be IFC night, but we want everybody to come out and support the baseball team. We'll probably have food and drinks there just because we have a little bit of money. So come out. Appreciate it.
What time is the game starting at?
It's at 5.
We'll be there.
Anything else? So far.
So tomorrow is the first meeting for Bitcoin Club. It's a new thing, so.
For what?
So if you're interested, just come to me and ask me questions about it.
What time do you guys meet at?
Oh, yeah. It's at 12:45 on this campus in
12:45
p.m. Yeah, tomorrow.
Where?
Sorry, what?
Will all coins be discussed as well? Is it just Bitcoin or is it other coins?
It's whatever you want. It's the first meeting, so we haven't we don't have guidelines, so. Yeah, it's in the J building. Hold on. Okay, I lost it.
All right, anything else for announcements?
Okay.
Would you have any questions about that?
J157.
J157 tomorrow at 12:45.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
What is it?
Bitcoin Club. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey guys. Okay, so
this is an announcement, but it's also like SGA related. So every year, SGA sends 2 people to L Cubed. It's a conference at the University of North Georgia. Last year, me and Jada had the opportunity to go. It's a great experience. I actually applied to be a mentor there, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. But this year, usually Victoria and Iggy, or the president and vice president, choose, but Victoria asked me if I would like to head it up. So I'm going to be sending out an email to do a little bit different this year to see who's interested and available during those days. And then like whoever's interested, I'll go over it and talk with Victoria and Iggy, and we'll make a decision on who's going there. What it is you go up for like 4 days. It's paid by SGA. You stay there on campus at University of North Georgia. Great views, like there's mountains everywhere and stuff, but you do leadership building, and it's kind of like our SMART goals we did today, so you spend a week actually going through those, and it's actually harder than you think, but you do like team building accidents. You do team building activities and different things like that are actually really fun. You have competitions, and the food's okay, so yeah.
What are the dates for that event?
They are like in the middle of May, end of May, like the 20th of May. I don't know the exact dates right now, but it'll be in the email. So it's like it's after the spring semester, before the May semester, or like the summer semester. It's right in between everything. Yeah. So yeah, any other questions? Look out for that email. I want everyone to be excited to go because it was fun. I mean, I wouldn't be going back if it wasn't fun.
Anything else for announcements? Right. No. Is there a motion on the floor to adjourn this meeting? Senator McGinnis.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Seconded by Senator Duclair. Is there any discussion on that motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Any abstentions? That motion does pass.